interesting game last night, Soldier Field, where, yeah, the inner Green Bay resident in me wants to say, well, the Bears still suck, right? But there's a lot more to it than that. I think here's the part that here's the part that I know as a coach. I believed I knew beforehand, but it became even more apparent as time went on. And it was apparent watching Ben Johnson, who I thought had his team ready, had his team prepped. So like the big part of coaching, is one, you got to have not just the right system, but the right talent for the right system. Sometimes that takes a little bit of time. Two, you got to have a great plan. And three, you got to have the players prepared for what the other team plans so they can counterattack or counter whatever they're trying to do. Right? Counter whatever they try to do. So I thought Ben Johnson's team was well prepared. I thought they were pretty focused. Defense got him a tutty. Offense, good, solid first drive with a couple of plays where they broke out off of script. And despite the fact their offense had gone meh for basically 2.5 other quarters, they were still in pole position, prime position to win a game. That's when the Vikings woke up. Their essentially rookie quarterback, J.J. McCarthy, started to gain confidence and make plays. And that's also when, Flores kind of cranked up the pressure on the Bears, and the Bears sort of wilted under that pressure. They did score a touchdown late, did have a chance to either kick an onside kick or get the football back if they kicked it out of bounds. They did neither, and the game expires, and they lose the game without much of an opportunity to get the football back with just one timeout and the 2-minute warning having expired on the kickoff. But people ask all the time, like, what did you learn? Well, I don't know if I learned it or I already knew it. But the hardest thing to do in coaching is teaching a team how to win. Right? Because you can take them to the water, but, man, you just can't make them drink. You can open up their mouth, pour it in, close their mouth. But they don't always swallow and actually drink that water. And when you come into organizations which are used to winning and which used to losing those games, it's really hard to turn around that narrative. That's honestly what Jim Harbaugh does best. Right? That's what Jim Harbaugh does best. He finds a way to create a culture where winning is expected, and even with guys that haven't necessarily done it yet or done it before, they do it at the NFL level. And I'm watching last night with the Bears, and Caleb Williams, you can't have a grounding penalty there. If you don't have a grounding penalty, if you just throw the ball away, or even if you eat the football going down, you're in better field goal range. You don't miss the field goal, and the Vikings never come back and take a lead. So, yeah, Caleb Williams missed some throws. Caleb Williams looked overwhelmed against some of the pressure late. Caleb Williams does look like it takes him a while to load up and get rid of that football, and he's not exceptionally big. There's some things he does really, really well. But Caleb Williams is he's more the symptom than the problem. And the symptom it's a symptom of the greater thing, which is the Bears don't know how to win those games. And the Vikings do. And you could even say that's what J.J. McCarthy does, right? I wouldn't combine his college record and his pro record. When he's at Michigan, really well coached, great team, win a national championship, all that's good. But, it's a different sport, a different level. But there is a part to me that says, there's a reason this guy is 38-1 and his last 39 starts. Winners win. They just find a way. And last night, the Vikings found a way. Last night, the Bears did not. That's really as kind of simple as you could put it. Last night, the Vikings found a way, and the Bears did not. And because of it, we're left with, okay, so is J.J. McCarthy now good when he was bad the first 3 quarters? Is Caleb Williams bad when he was good in the first quarter? I don't know, but my takeaway from last night is that Ben Johnson, his first game as a head coach, had his team mentally and physically prepared and in the right headspace, and they played really well in the first half in some stretches, especially the defensive side of the football. But it fell apart late because he has not yet figured out, or they have not yet been able to understand how they need to learn how to win, because they do not. They do not. This is J.J. McCarthy, who's the quarterback, obviously, of the Vikings, talking about adversity.
That we got to believe. That's one thing that we can do is control the controllables, and our belief in, going out there and executing that next play. And, it's as simple as that. We got a great group, and everyone was on the same page with that.
Got to believe. You got to find guys that buy in. You got to find the right fit. Here's Kevin O'Connell, head coach of the Vikings, talking about JJ's night.
It's not always going to be pretty. When you're trying to bring along a young quarterback, you just got to keep playing, and you got to allow, him to grow. There was a lot of just things we can improve on, and we will. It'd be great to be home for a couple weeks. All in all, I'm very proud of our team, very proud of our staff, and just that figure it outness and find a way is something that will be a redeeming quality as we continue to press onward. J.J. McCarthy, for him to make some of the plays he did, I told him at halftime, you are going to bring us back to win this game, and the look in his eye was fantastic, and the best thing is just the belief I felt from the team, the unit, and ultimately that doesn't get done without him in the second half. 2 passing touchdowns and then the critical rushing touchdown.
Here's Caleb Williams summing up their loss.
That mentality is something that we have, something that we preach, and that didn't happen today. And I'm not. It's not a play call thing. It's not anything like that. It's just being able to go out there and execute the plays that are called, and be able to execute them at a high level. And that's something that we take pride in. And today that didn't happen, and we're going to get back to it.
Gonna get back to it. Got to get back to trying to win. Trying to win games. Yeah. Well, I just think Kevin O'Connell's outright belief and the ability to get guys to believe, and you have a team that has won some. Here's Peyton and Eli on the Manning cast talking about why you kick off out of bounds before the 2-minute warning. Which, by the way, I thought everybody knew.
You're thinking that maybe Chicago should have kicked the ball out of bounds.
Kick it out of bounds. Take the penalty. Take the penalty. It's on the 40. You always love that. And now you still got the timeout and the 2-minute warning.
You save, you get the 2-minute warning.
It doesn't take any time.
You get a timeout.
Out of bounds.
Hopefully you get to stop.
Not out of the end zone, out of bounds.
You get the ball with a minute and 10 seconds left.
Yes.
It was, I think, actually 58 seconds is what they would have got. Here's Ben Johnson talking about Cairo Santos kicking it into the end zone instead of kicking it out of bounds.
The intent was for the ball to go out of the end zone.
And was there, did you guys consider onside kick? I mean, how did that?
Yeah, it did. We felt like if we had kicked it out of the end zone and gotten the 3 and out that we got, we would get the ball back with around 56 seconds.
There you go. So, again, the question is, the question you have to ask is, what specifically did he say to Cairo Santos? Did he say, kick it out of bounds, or kick it to where they can't return it? Okay, it has to be a touchback, right? Again, like you sit there and go like, wait, Cairo Santos is not a rookie kicker. I understand. The kicking rules had changed, and obviously Cairo Santos either didn't know. I mean, he can kick it the ball out of bounds, and if you can't kick it out of the back of the end zone, then kick it out the sideline where they get the 40. But those are just the little things. Does it mean the Bears would have won the game? No. Does it mean they absolutely would have gotten the ball back? No. But in order to put yourself in position where you get every opportunity to win, you have to kick the ball out of bounds there, and they did not.